I was framing houses to pay for college in Arizona. Then basically ran out of money and dropped out of school and moved up here to the Bay Area where I could get a job. Got really lucky and got a really amazing job after pounding pavement, just doing CAD work for a really great local firm. Left there and worked for a number of different local commercial firms and fabrication firms and other stuff. And then around 2007 is when my wife and I quit our day jobs and just started working for our own firm. And that's kind of where we've been ever since, running this small, what they call design build architecture firm. Feels really great working with my wife. It's really amazing to work with somebody that you absolutely trust, coming up with all the ideas and also figuring out how to get all this stuff built and how it's going to work. The other thing that I think makes it work is we both work in really different ways with different views and different ideas. And so I think it works because we don't clash a whole lot in terms of what something should be. We've been married since 2002 and we have a daughter who's 11 and a half now. So it seems to be working so far. Two architects that really changed how I think about architecture. One of them is Frank Gehry, and not necessarily for the reasons that you're thinking, because Frank Gehry's renowned LA architect for doing these crazy organic projects. The thing that really changed how I think about architecture was how they leveraged digital technology early to make those projects actually viable. In early architecture school, I stumbled on the work of Bruce Goff, kind of a lesser known architect who was working in Oklahoma, did a lot of really, really crazy projects. And so it was the first time that I saw something where I was like, oh, there's a place for me and the kinds of things that I'm thinking that I want to try to do as an architect. My favorite thing about helping Motif out with stuff is getting to work with absolutely brilliant people. Was very excited to come on board to help with kind of this thinking through of okay, what does the next generation of these kinds of tools look like for us in the construction industry? Unlike a lot of people, I'm very passionate about CAD and 3D stuff in general, partially because I'm just really into it and excited about it, but also it's been a very empowering thing for me in the fact that it's how I got really great jobs. It's how I was able to do really cool projects. It's how I was able to start my own firm and do all this stuff that I've been doing for the last 20 years or so, is because of being empowered by accessibility to very powerful technology. So the core reason for the interval wasn't to be a bar. It was to further the goals of the Long Now. The Long Now Foundation is a really phenomenal nonprofit that is trying to get people to think long-term about the world by doing various projects that involve time in different ways. So in this space, we purposely designed it in a way where it tries to draw people in with the orrery, which is this amazing thing that's behind me. You come into the space in front of the orrery, and then you see the bookcases that draw your eye up and over, which then you notice the deeper part of the space, and you start traveling back. And so there's this whole choreography that leads people through the space that gives them a particular experience as they're passing through it that was very purposely done. The bar that's over there, there's a great picture of Jillian, very pregnant with our daughter, making that bar top.
In your career of 20 plus years, what's been your favorite project so far?
I hate to refer to my daughter as a project, but that's actually probably the most favorite thing of the whole thing. It's just that my wife and I had a kid and we've been doing a ton of stuff there, which has been really fun, just in terms of raising her and teaching her things and doing different adventures and stuff together. So kind of a stereotypical dad answer, but still.